You know, guys, there's 4 things that I really like to talk crap about. A, weird stuff I see on TikTok. B, alpha males. Love to hate them. C, bad movies. D, more specifically in the bad movies category, Netflix. Netflix blows my mind because somehow, even though it is the worst and the least watched out of all my streaming apps, I can't bring myself to get rid of it. Why? I don't know, it sucks me back in. It's the dominant streaming app, you know, like Kleenex or Frigidaire. There's a guy in Spain who uses my account all the time named Chris. He even made himself a profile on my account. He changes the language to Spanish all the time. But you know what? I hate Netflix so much that I just let it happen right before my eyes because I don't care. And you know why I don't care? Because Netflix original movies stink. They're stinky. Need some examples? Here's some, not necessarily in order. We got The Kissing Booth, A Perfect Pairing, Brazen, oh my god. Don't even get me started on Brazen.
Grace, you got guts. And a twisty mind.
The abomination that is The Weekend Away. I could go on, the list is extensive, but today's movie might be the worst one yet. Brace yourselves, guys, for Purple Hearts. In spite of their many differences, Cassie, a struggling singer-songwriter, and Luke, a troubled Marine, agree to marry solely for the military benefits. But when tragedy strikes, the line between real and pretend begins to blur. Starring unthreatening drug lord, hair scarf, iceless iced coffee, sponge bath, Kate Goslin, Skyping dog, and grown-up peekaboo. Guys, this might be a long video. Okay, I had a lot to say. I ripped it apart. I fact-checked it. I recreated a bunch of scenes. I have this entire movie memorized now. It's a lot. So tuck your hair into your shirts. Let's talk about Purple Hearts. Hey kids, we're back. So first things first, we have our main character, Cassie. Cassie is the lead singer of her band called The Loyal. They play and work at this like local bar a few times a week. They're pretty good, I guess.
How we doing tonight?
Seems like they're doing just okay. They do both covers and originals. The opening song that they chose for this movie is a cover of Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. It's okay, whoever sang for this actress, it could be the actual actress herself. You never know with movies, and I'm too lazy to look it up. Whoever the singer is, she's a good singer. I think the way maybe the audio is mixed or mastered or recorded in this movie, it just kind of sounds like a little bit shrill after a couple hours, so just be prepared.
My name is Cassie, and we are the Loyal.
So that's their boss, Billy. Billy is kind of a stick in the mud. He never lets them play on weekends. He never smiles, and I don't think he has any lines throughout this whole movie. Anywho, so suddenly a bunch of Marines walk in, and you can kind of tell by Cassie's reaction that she's really not the biggest fan of Marines. This stems from her childhood. I guess she had some bad experiences with Marines as a kid, and now she kind of has what we're gonna call Marinophobia.
Oh, great.
Marines. But anyway, she recognizes one of the Marines as an old friend of hers named
Frankie?
Cass!
Stop.
So I would say like 70, maybe 80% of this movie's audio was like recorded in post-production and overdubbed later. Because there are more like bad lip reading situations in this movie than there are in all the movies I've reviewed before combined. It's a little outrageous. Like right here.
Frankie?
And then even Frankie's laugh. I would love to know what went wrong here. It turns out Frankie and Cassie actually grew up together. She was his babysitter when he was little, and he introduces her to all of his bros.
Give the guys, though, we had 2 weeks to wish about to Iraq.
Hear that, guys? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks for everything that's going to transpire over the next like 30 minutes of the movie. I really wish it had been like a month until they shipped out to Iraq. It would have made the plot ever so slightly more reasonable. Not like fully reasonable, but a little. Anyway, she strikes up a conversation with this one Marine in particular named Luke, because while all his friends order booze, he orders a Coke.
I'll have a Coke.
Okay, my kind of guy.
Hell yeah.
I hate him immediately. She brings the guys their drinks back and he immediately gets insulted by this one real douchey bro. I don't know his actual character name.
So we're good enough to fight for your but not good enough to touch it.
I probably didn't realize this till the second time watching this. There was no exchange at all between Cassie or any of the bros that would prompt him to say this, and she just can't.
I can't with this.
So Luke walks over to her to try to console her, I guess, and by console I mean further insult.
You're kind of predictable. I've met your type before. Yeah. Drive a Lexus that your parents paid for. You probably tweet a lot about other people's rights, but when it actually comes down
Sorry.
Joke's on you, Luke. She doesn't have a Lexus. She has an Outback. An old piece of junk. And she's poor and has diabetes. The diabetes part of this film, by the way, they kind of portrayed weird. I read some of the reviews. I don't have diabetes myself, but some of the reviews were from people who were diabetics and said that everything about the diabetes thing in this movie was pretty inaccurate. But what I thought was kind of weird was every scene where she would need to like take her insulin, they set it up to make it look like she was about to do heroin or something. I'm not sure what the goal was with that directing choice, but I'm not sure, you know, about 90% of this movie. So long story long, Cassie and Luke, they don't really hit it off at first.
All right, it's
Fighting.
just fascinating to me. Do you have a PhD in mansplaining?
When it actually comes down to
And it was after this conversation, I was watching this with Nick, and he looked over at me and said, "This is the most cringe thing I've ever seen." Actually, he said it deeper. He was like, "This is the most cringe thing I've ever seen." It was about like that. But little did he know, it was about to get much worse.
I can't refill your prescription for another 4 days.
It's really dangerous for me not to have this.
So as you probably definitely predicted, Cassie can't afford the insulin that she needs to live. She's working like 100 jobs. Her insurance, for whatever reason, isn't covering it, and she cannot afford to pay out of pocket.
Guess I'll try to make it to Friday.
If only there were a solution, you know? Something wild. I don't know, something crazy. Like entering into a fraudulent marriage with some douchebag guy named Luke who happens to be in the military and therefore would give her free health insurance. Wouldn't that be neat? A neat plot for a movie?
hell yeah.
I would ask Luke if he would be up for something like this, but he's currently being chased down by a drug lord, so... Luke, I don't know about that scream, man. You sounded like a girl. Quick, do something manly. Pull Dante's chest hair. So it turns out, Mr. I used to be a drug addict.
I'm an addict.
And now he owes this guy Jono 15 G's, and Jono is super intimidating.
You owe me 15, right? So is that.
I challenge you to come up with a better word for Jono's character than cringe. I'll wait. No, actually I won't wait. Put it right now in the comment section. He does appear to have like superpowers though. He can talk without moving his mouth.
I know your family.
So I guess I would be scared of him too. He can communicate like telepathically.
I'm assuming telepathically.
So scary. Back at Cassie's apartment, she's arguing with her mom about why she's so poor, and she has her hair literally tucked all the way into her shirt. She does this with her hair for most of this movie, and I'm so upset about it. Can you imagine that? There's no way I could argue with somebody with my hair in my shirt. I would be a mess. Hey, thanks for buying me this sweatshirt. The words are... Oh.
It's backwards.
Yeah, it's backwards. Yeah, look, it's a nice thought and everything, but it doesn't really look anything like the picture of what I wanted. Why'd you give me the knockoff instead of the real thing?
This wasn't really in the budget, okay?
Yeah, well, the neck is freaking tight, okay? Look at this. I can barely even fit my hair through like I want.
Please, just be kind to me.
No, you're right. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I actually got a present. I got a present for you, too. It's a picture of my butt. What do you think?
It's a little bumpy, but I love it.
See, I knew you would. Wait, what? The whole scene is super weird. Like, who is talking right here?
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Why is this happening still in 2022? The audio is so bad that this woman interrupts herself.
Mommy, I love you so much. I don't want you to worry. You know.
Okay, I can't keep focusing on her weird audio or else we would be here all day. As you can see, she's super distressed. She passes out during one of her shows because she isn't getting her insulin that she needs. Her fake needles aren't working well. Her mom's yelling at her for working 3 jobs and being poor. She's just bugging, okay? So she gets this idea. She reflects back on something her friend said to her at the bar that night, the night that she met Luke.
He told me that I should reconsider my stance on men because if I marry him, I would get incredible health insurance.
And she's like, hey, I could totes do that. I could marry a Marine, get some extra health insurance, make some extra money. Everybody wins, right? What could possibly go wrong? So she goes over to Frankie's house to ask him to marry her. Remember Frankie, the kid she used to babysit? All right. And who answers the door to Frankie's house but Luke? He's staying with Frankie. I guess he doesn't have his own place or something. I don't know. He's there. They have some like banter.
Is that your car?
My Lexus?
And then she goes to ask Frankie to marry her.
I was hoping that you might marry me.
Needless to say, he cannot because he has a pretty serious girlfriend that he wants to like marry for real.
I don't think my girlfriend's gonna understand
me having a wife.
Again, kind of a weird scene here. They have this whole unnecessary part where Luke is kind of eavesdropping, you know, while he's doing his laundry outside. And he comes in and he completely goes off on her. He's like, you can't rip off the government, dude. I'm telling. But then later he rips the government off himself. So why not just have him overhearing? The movie could have been 3 minutes shorter and I could have 3 minutes back of my life, you know?
Her mom's a nursing assistant, so it's not like there's anything extra left over. Dad dipped out when she was born.
That explains a lot.
That explains a lot, yeah. Her opinions are different than mine, so therefore she must have daddy issues. Then we get to meet Luke's family. His dad and brother run like a mechanic shop. I don't know what you would call it, but it's like a car shop where they fix cars. And he's got a cute little nephew that's there. He seems like such a great uncle. He immediately goes up, gives the kid a big hug. He plays with him, makes super weird noises at him for no reason.
No me.
Okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna keep harping on the sound, but what was that? That was an abomination. This is genuinely what I think happened, okay? I think whoever was in charge of, like, sound design had the actors come into, like, the vocal recording booth after everything wrapped and had them just make a bunch of sounds to fill the background. All right, Nicholas Galitzine, the British actor who plays Luke in this movie, are you ready to do some post-production voiceover work?
Righto, I am. I'm ready to say me lines. Oh, pip, pop, pip. Cheerio.
Now for the scene where you're playing with your nephew, I'm thinking something along the lines of no me, and then
Are you sure?
Definitely sure. Definitely for sure it makes perfect sense for what's happening in the background.
Alright.
Come on, we don't got all day. No me, and no me. No me. I'm thinking more along the lines of no me. More like that. I think you got it. On that note, kids, we have to take a short break. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering, who are asking about why I take breaks, this is an ad break. So you should be getting an ad when it goes to the fuzzy TV screen. It's kind of like a way for me to not interrupt the comedic timing and storytelling of a video like I'm doing right now. If you don't see an ad, it's either because you have YouTube Premium or, I don't know, you just didn't see an ad that day. But just know it serves a purpose, okay? So we'll be back after these messages.
Give me a hug. Bring it in.
Why was that so awky? Also, where have I seen the brother? I actually wanted to look him up because he has that very familiar face. In fact, I think he might be my uncle. Anyway.
I owe some money.
We've been here before, and you know I can't help you.
Yeah, guys, they've been here before, and you know they can't help him. So his family can't help him. He's in this pickle where he owes money. He has no other option but to marry Cassie and rip off the government.
You'd be ripping off the government.
So he goes to Jono and he's like, look, Jono, I'm gonna fake marry someone. I'll get you your money. It's all good. Jono responds so favorably.
Just take it easy, man.
Don't make me use this. You gotta pay me.
Scared of Jono and his telepathic communicating.
It's gonna be fun.
So be smart.
How does he do it? So Luke ends up asking Cassie to meet him for lunch and he's like, hey girl, I hate you. Will you marry me? To which she of course says yes, and then they pinky swear. Dude, there are far worse things for you to be embarrassed about than a pinky swear. Have you forgotten about this? I haven't. So a few days later, they go to the courthouse and get married, and they literally can't even act remotely like this is real or exciting or joyous at all. They're so forlorn and awkward, you literally would think it was a funeral.
Congratulations.
And then after the wedding, they go out to eat with all the rest of the Marine bros and their girlfriends. This little luncheon date, it radiates masculine energy. You know, throughout this whole movie, I kept thinking to myself, I wonder if this is accurate. My brother-in-law's a Marine. He doesn't act like this at all. Is any of this true to how Marines actually are? Do they really bark at each other? So to answer some of these burning questions that we all have, I have brought in a special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother-in-law, Master Sergeant Joe Clarkin of the United States Marine Corps. So, Joe, would you and your fellow Marines ever bark at each other in public, like at a restaurant?
I had to say no, but it depends on what time of the evening, I guess.
Is that a thing, the barking? Like you guys get together and you never.
Not that I've seen.
Would a Marine under any circumstances be allowed to have a Kate Goslin haircut?
A Kate Goslin haircut.
You ever see John and Kate +8?
Oh, yeah. Maybe now. I don't know.
But not when you were.
Not when I was in.
Would a Marine under any circumstances while working out say, know me, know me, know me?
Absolutely not.
The newlywed. Adorable. Considering you hated each other last week.
I like how everybody in the background during this scene is just going, ah. It reminds me of that penguin video, you know? Again, the sound team. Which one of you is responsible? Let's look it up on IMDb. I think it's you, Abe Betancourt. You did this to our ears.
All right, guys, so the two leads have just been married. We're celebrating. The guy with the Kate Goslin haircut has just made a toast, and I'm thinking everybody in the background should just be saying, ah. Can you guys do that? Ah. Perfect.
Just breathe, dude.
Well, because I'm not.
All I know is you're a hot mess.
What is that supposed to
I don't know, because a normal person would just admit that they're scared.
Man, they're just so different. So star-crossed. How will they possibly work it out? So the next morning it's time for Luke to ship out, and they act as not in love with each other as humanly possible.
There you go. Come on. Come get your prize. Yeah, kiss him. Are you guys gonna kiss? Are they gonna kiss? Any minute now.
Hey Cassie, make sure you hesitate for a solid 2 minutes before you kiss your husband who's about to deploy to Iraq. It'll be more convincing. So he goes off to war, and he and Cassie have to sort of like write each other romantic emails because they're being watched. And there's kind of just this nice little montage of what they're both up to. Cassie gets a blood sugar monitor with her new benefits. Luke goes on missions. Jono's around.
Hey Luke, it's your boy Jono.
He calls Luke every now and then, you know, to over-explain.
Got last week's deposit. Keep faking that marriage.
Yeah, keep faking that marriage, man. You know, the one that's fake? The fake one? The one that you entered into so you could pay me that specific 15 grand that you owe me? That fake marriage, man? Keep doing it, man. Hooah.
Hooah.
I like how he ends it with
Anyway, get me this week's. Keep coming.
Truly inspiring writing. So anywho, one night they FaceTime. It's not really an important scene apart from the fact that Cassie takes her whole hair in the shirt thing to an entire new level.
How was your day, babe?
I work.
Oh my god, how can you even focus on what he's saying? There's no way that I could. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, it's just chaos. We nearly lost one of the guys today.
Frankie's here.
Frankie, say hi.
What up, Cass?
Babe.
You know, I got sand in my butt.
Oh, that is a bummer.
How was your day, babe?
Please.
Oh, your best friend's here. You remember my wife? Yeah.
I remember. The lovebirds.
Oh, so itchy and hairy.
All right, well.
You know where to find us.
Hey, we should go, fellas.
I love you.
So sorry. I never realized until right now that the whole time this FaceTime call is happening, the douchey guy is Skyping with a dog's mouth. Why is that so funny? So the last thing Luke says before they end their Skype call is,
You know where to find us.
which that sentence ends up serving as Cassie's inspiration for her next song.
You know where to find
So she goes straight to band rehearsal to, you know, cut this new song she came up with. And I can't really explain why I hate this band rehearsal so much. It's such a short scene, but there's so much to hate in such a short time. It just feels so fake and chaotic. It's the same feeling I got from that grown-up hangout party in LOL. It's like the director just told him, like, make noise, make some songwriting sounds, and talk over each other so that it feels natural, but the result is just completely unnatural, you know?
You think it's do that on the face max? That's freaking awesome.
We should try that after the chorus.
Who said that? Who? Why'd you do it, Abe? Who, me? Is Abe still alive? So she plays a little snippet of the song for the guys, and the song is just... I'm sorry, I hate it. I hate it so bad.
Damn it, I hope you come back home.
Wow.
I truly expected to love all the music in this movie because a lot of times, even if a movie is really bad, the music kind of slaps. Hello, Kidnap My Heart, Heart on Fire, Why Can't I See Ya?
Why can't I see ya?
Bangers, dude. But Cassie's music is so, like, the only word I can use to describe it is chaotic. They tried to cram too many lyrics into one little measure. So she ends up posting this song to social media and it does super well. And it ends up landing her and her band a spot at this massive festival in LA. And again, I'm just upset. Okay, first of all, why are you in a prom dress? Second of all, they didn't make a single live performance in this movie sound like a live performance.
I can't taste what my ears come.
So if you're thinking to yourself, like, nobody could sing that whole bar without taking a breath, just remember who you're dealing with here, okay? Cassie can interrupt herself.
I don't want you to worry.
In case you forgot.
Hi, so I posted one of the tracks on Spotify, so now it has over 200,000 plays.
Are we serious right now with this hand holding the boom mic in the car window reflection? Again, I think we should collectively blame Abe. Hey! Anywho, she wants to tell Luke all kinds of stuff that's happening in her life right now, but he cannot answer the phone because it turns out he got wounded in action. His legs got shattered by an IED. So she gets a call from his commander telling her that he was gravely injured and that he will be flown back to the United States in a few days. So this is super serious. She has to go tell his family, but not before tucking her hair into her shirt. Oh my god, my husband, he was wounded in battle. I gotta go tell his family. Oh, almost forgot. Just tuck that right in there. Oh, forgot some. Now I'm ready. Actually, I kind of like this. Feels like a security blanket, dude.
Stop. Cut the shit. What do you want?
Nice to meet you too, Luke's estranged father. So she tells the dad what happened, which is very shocking to his dad because his dad didn't even know that he was a Marine or that he was married. How he didn't hear that through the grapevine that is Jacob, the brother? Your guess is as good as mine. So the whole family goes to visit Luke in the hospital. And I'm so sorry, but we were crying laughing at this scene for some reason. We're an hour in, literally crying because it's so bad. I can't wait to review it. But I'm afraid that people are gonna think I'm like making fun of Marines. I'm just making fun of the movie. There's nothing funny at all about real situations like this, okay? I'm giving my audience credit here to know that I'm not making fun of any Marine or actual person who has been wounded in action. I am here to make fun of the acting, directing, and garbage dumping that is this fictional movie, okay? Case in point, the dad here. He hasn't seen his son in at least 2 years, didn't know he joined the Marine Corps, just found out his son has been severely wounded in action, and he says,
Never thought I'd see you in the Corps.
Never thought I'd see you in the Corps. I don't know. Raise your hand if you agree that this response just doesn't fit the situation. He keeps going and over-explaining.
You told Jake not to tell me you enlisted. Why? Why'd you have to lie to me again?
Now's not really the time, Dad, because my legs got shattered in literal war, so maybe save your lecture for one of my physical therapy appointments. Just a thought.
Your mother would have been heartbroken to see you like this.
Okay, thanks, Pops. We're good. We're good on the guilt at this point. The brother's the only one besides Luke himself who is expressing any emotion. Cassie, of course, can't bring herself to look concerned at all.
Is Frankie gonna laugh or cry when he finds out about this?
Yeah, about Frankie. He died. He died.
He didn't make it, Cassie.
No, she did not tuck her hair into her blazer for his funeral. Show some respect. A man died. You don't need to draw attention to yourself with a hair turtleneck. Well, kids, we have to take a short break, an ad break. And when we come back, Cassie gets famous. Don't miss it.
I'd like you all to meet the newest artist we're considering for our label, Cassie Salazar.
Yeah, so her career is really taking off. She's getting invited to parties with record labels and stuff, and she ends up writing another song Also inspired by Luke and like how much she hates him, you know?
I hate the way you say my name.
And this song will provide as a wonderful backdrop to the Luke getting better and recovering way too quickly montage that follows. Speaking of Luke getting better, one day he's doing some PT in the park and Cassie and Jacob show up and they give him a dog.
Her name is Peaches because she's from Georgia.
I got my peaches down in Georgia. Anyone? No? Okay, well anyway, Luke gets mad.
Guys like me? What, like a cripple? I don't need your pity.
God, he's such a baby. So one day Cassie comes home with some iceless iced coffee for her and Luke is straight up walking in the kitchen.
You're walking.
Happy day, they have breakfast together, they start bonding, flirting if you will. So romantic. It gets even more romantic when they have a jalapeno sucking contest.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. No!
I mean, he did pretty good. He lasted longer than I would have.
Oh God, that's painful. Oh. Seriously, clamp my weenus with jumper cables and start it up. It hurts.
Oh, wow.
Classic Cassie. Such a dork.
I can smell the jalapenos coming out of your pores. Maybe you take a shower first.
Okay, seriously. That's the segue to get him to need a shower or a bath because he ate one jalapeno. Give me a break. When I was taking notes over this, my assistant heard, she couldn't see it, but she heard that part and she like peeked around behind her computer and goes, "Is a sponge bath coming?" And it is. A sponge bath happens because it is suddenly 1843, and that is what Cassie and Luke do now.
Just leave me.
Yeah, we're all about as comfortable watching this as Luke clearly is right now.
Why don't you sleep in the bed tonight?
I love the way you look at him. Just so real.
So Cassie's career starts taking off even further, if you can believe it. She puts another song out called Blue Sky. It's super chaotic. It's chaotic. But anyway, she's performing at one of her shows while Luke is home alone and he gets a call from Cassie's mom.
Hello?
Hold the phone. Is that a landline? Cassie has a landline? Okay, never mind. It's not 1843 anymore. It is now 1998. So someone broke into Cassie's mom's house. So Luke, like the gentleman that he is, he goes over there to check it out. And while inside, he gets a phone call from, you guessed it, Jono. Scary, scary Jono.
You have no idea how much evidence I have to turn your ass in.
So Jono, I guess, did this to Cassie's mom's house because Luke has not been paying him for no reason. You literally never find out why he stopped paying him. And if you think it's because of his injury, you're wrong. Because a few days later, Luke goes to meet Jono in a parking garage and he ends up like beating him up and threatening him and giving him a manila envelope full of all the rest of the money that he owes him.
This is everything I owe you.
So you just had that lying around this whole time? All of it? Everything else that you owed him? Why didn't you pay? Why didn't you pay him? So guys, Luke should not have done this, okay? Because Jono, he gets revenge by tattling on him.
I just spoke to my mom. She was trying to get into her car just now, and some guy rolled up wanting to talk about you.
Oh.
If that doesn't seal the deal on Jono's character, I don't know what does. Ladies and gentlemen, Jono, the drug lord that tattled on his friends to their mommy. It makes sense. What else was he gonna do? Intimidate people?
Yeah, don't make me tell on you. Pay me my money.
So Cassie is ticked.
Can you let me explain?
Yes!
That was unexpected. So he explains that he is an addict, he's 2 years sober, blah, blah, blah. It's boring. Anyway, she dumps him.
But when I come back tomorrow, I want you gone.
Wait, then why did you pack a suitcase? So Cassie plays a show that night at the, what is this place called? The Whiskey A Go-Go. Wait a second. That's where Aaron Carter just played a concert. That's a real place. I saw it on TikTok.
Anybody ever had that before?
Anyway, while she's doing that, Luke is getting in trouble.
Lance Corporal Morrow, I need you to return to base with me.
Again, because of Tattletale Jono. So then Luke's dad finds out all of it. The military called him, I guess, and again, tattled. And he is super disappointed in Cassie in particular.
I I thought you were bringing my son back to me.
Not a woman's responsibility to get a man's life together. Yeah, Carl. It's not Cassie's fault, Carl. So they have this little hearing, and during this hearing, Luke decides that he's going to take full responsibility for everything. He tells the judge that it was all his idea. He coerced Cassie into marrying him. She had no idea that it was illegal. XYZ. So Cassie ends up facing no legal consequences at all, whereas Luke ends up with a dishonorable discharge and being sentenced to 6 months in jail.
Then I find you guilty.
Would a Marine get a bad conduct discharge for marrying someone out of convenience? Like basically if you married someone so they could get your health insurance.
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. Well, so I wouldn't say you get a bad conduct discharge, but you would absolutely be disciplined for it, potentially kicked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's fraud.
Okay. Okay, so this movie basically killed it is what we're getting here. So after the hearing, she has yet another show. I'm about sick of the Loyals concerts, you guys. It's a lot. This time they're opening for Florence and the Machine, and again, it was just so bizarre to me. It's like this really slow, really boring love ballad, like something I don't think any band would open with at a massive concert. The song is bad. It has too many words.
All the hell we've been through had a purpose. Together we are chaos and it's perfect.
But I guess her singing her own song makes her realize that she really does love Luke. Hey, look, it's Billy. So after the show, she rushes off to go see Luke before he goes to jail.
Right to jail.
And completely ignores all of her new fans.
I love you so much.
That bothers me. So that's the most bothersome thing in this whole movie. More bothersome than the weird background sounds. It's like you're new to the music industry. You just started to get famous. I get it. You're in a hurry. You love a guy, but not even a smile to your fans. Not a wave. Not a nothing. Can you imagine being famous and acting like that to people? Meanwhile, Luke and his family are saying their goodbyes.
Come here. I'm proud of you, son.
I'm proud of you, son. So proud you committed fraud, beat up a drug dealer, lied to everyone, and was a bigot. And just before he's about to walk into prison, Cassie pulls up.
God.
She confesses her love to him, and it's nauseating.
I want to sleep on the floor with you when it's storming out, and I want to watch you put on your running shoes. Because I love you.
I love you too, Cassie Salazar.
Disgusting! Sorry, I was gagging from all the cheese. Brother's crying again. Hey, you know what, Jacob? I'm about sick of you. This here's America. Men don't cry. I'm just kidding. Cry your hearts out, guys. Anywho, the other Marines take him away, and Cassie, runs after the bus, I love you. He rides off into the sunset. To prison. That is the end. Minus this fun little musical moment where I guess they fast forward a few months to when he is released from prison and they frolic and they're in love and they play peekaboo on the beach. Peekaboo. And Cassie tucks her hair into her shirt. The only thing I can find about the budget here is this article in Forbes that's called Netflix's most expensive movie ever quickly lost the #1 spot to this low budget romance. Okay, we're gonna read some reviews. As much as I hated this movie, I was actually pretty shocked at how many 1-star reviews there are. There is literally, I'm still scrolling. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna choose one? Here's one. Who wrote this? I have 1 hour and 15 minutes left of the film and it's a slog. Every 5 seconds there is some technical error or poorly written sequence. Thank you. Here's another one. This has to be top of the list, most corny, cliche, and just plain bad movies ever made. Storyline is just dumb. The characters are incomplete. Nothing about it is believable. The music is atrocious, whiny and nasally, horribly grating. Okay. I don't think she was atrocious. I feel like it was the recording. I really do. I feel like she would be really good live. 1 out of 10, really bored. 1 out of 10, nothing but propaganda. 1 out of 10, fake and fake. 1 out of 10, boring. 1 out of 10, could have been good. 1 out of 10, shoots itself in the foot from the get. 10, another overhyped. 1 out of 10, they didn't even try. Like eating a grilled cheese sandwich without the grilled cheese. So bread?
Bread.
I love bread.
This movie, while it booted out Gray Man for the #1 spot on Netflix's popularity list, it is not well liked. Did anybody like it? Here's one by a user named Majok. 10 out of 10, a must watch. If you like romantic movies, this one is just for you. It has everything: good plot, acting, music, photography. The chemistry between the main characters is so good. good. Loved it from beginning to end. Sorry, I don't mean to make fun of you, Majark. I'm not trying to I'm just laughing. I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at just how different people's perspectives are, you know? I would love to not be so cynical and not see all the cheese and corn and Netflix originals. 10 out of 10, I don't get the people who criticize it. 10 out of 10, so much criticism. 10 out of 10, get over the bad reviews. Okay, so we're torn. People are torn here about this. I would love to know what you guys thought. So I gotta go. I gotta go suck on a jalapeno. Thank you for being here. Make sure to join me over on Patreon if you want to see all the behind the scenes footage from today's green screen shoot. Also, if you just want extra content, you know, we have a lot of fun over there. Extra live streams. It's a blast. Come on over there if you want. Subscribe to my second channel if you want. And please follow my other social accounts because they are suffering. And if you don't,
I know your family is.
See you guys in the next one. Piss off.
Oh, staple my lips to my eyelids and you go. Hey, it's me, Abe Betancourt. Let's say you and your fellow Marines were outside doing pull-ups and stuff, like working out. Did your commanding officer ever say to you, the Marines, hey, when you're deployed out there with the Marines in Iraq, remember the decisions you make have lasting consequences. Never forget that your Marines are looking at you and they rely on you.
It sounds a little cheesy. It sounds a little scripted, I guess you would say.
Tempting. Let me check with my girlfriend.
Her mouth doesn't move. You guys. She didn't say that. Someone said it in the recording booth with Abe. Would anyone ever say, we're working Marines, we're working the whole time?
No, I mean, most of that's what 18-year-old Marines talk like is, you know, just like that.
Okay.
What?
You heard me. I couldn't sleep.
You heard me, I couldn't sleep. What is this script?
I went for a run. That's what I do.
So you're that guy?
Yeah, so you're that guy who goes for jogs. Would anyone say, ladies and gentlemen, you are what right look like? You ready to deploy? Let's go out there and get some.
So it's funny that they used to have a commercial and it was on Armed Forces Network. And so in different countries, you just had this one channel and they have commercials that would say, this is what right looks like. Now nobody would say that's what right looks like in a conversation. But it was just like a commercial, like a public service announcement that they would have on, everyone would make fun of it. You know, like, that's not what right looks like.
So basically,
I have a shirt that says, that's not what right looks like.
So basically the writers probably got that from the commercial.
I'm sure, yeah.
Well, your line is, Mommy, I love you so much, I don't want you to worry. Ma.
Mommy, I love you so much. I don't want you to worry.
Ma, but I need the word ma to overlap the word worry. Go ahead, give it a try. Okay.
Mommy, I love you so much. I don't want you to worry. Ma.
No, I interrupt yourself.
Mommy, I love you so much. I don't want you to worry. Ma.
I need you to kind of overlap the two words. The word ma needs to start right as the word worry ends. So basically use two different voices and kind of overlap the words on that part. Can you do that?
I don't want you to worry, Ma.
No. Try it again.
Mommy, I love you so much. I don't want you to worry, Ma.
Again, with overlap.
Mommy, I love you so much. I don't want you to worry. Ma.
Nailed it.
When Cassie comes home one night, like delirious and dizzy from her diabetes, and he has to give her glucose syrup to get her blood sugar back up.
See, I'm letting you help me.
I'm letting you help me.
I'm not saying a word. It speaks for itself. Or should I say, it doesn't speak for itself.
Yeah, let me hear you.
Okay.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Pitty, pat, pat. It's looking really good, guys. Let me try. Watch me.
Yeah.
C or D.
Hold on, is that fake ice? I thought it was no ice, but I think it's fake ice. Hey, look, it's Billy. Billy, sweet Billy boy.
There's actually a sign in the gym that says you can't say that.
Okay, hold up. Are these lyrics to a song about tacos? Jalapenos are green. Tapatio is red. This taco is vegan. The animals are dead? What? I've noticed since you retired, you've grown a full beard. Does it hurt?
No, it does not. I think it's been growing under the surface for a while.
Were you allowed to have one overseas?
For one of my deployments, I was.
Why would you not be allowed to have one overseas?
I think the reason is sanitary and your gas mask. So if you have to put your gas mask on, it won't seal properly if you have a beard. Those are the reasons that have been told.
So guys, you hear that Kate Gosselin haircut? Good beard, not so good. I just realized that they used that no me audio again later in the movie, and he's actually saying no, comma me, no me.
No, me.
No, me, no,
Look
me,
at
no,
me.
first.
Me.
Here you go, Luke.
And not know me. Don't get know me confused with know me.